Welcome to the Daily Samuel. Alright, so I'm very sorry that I have not been able to make any Daily Samuels for 11 days. For some of that time, I had a lot of very busy and important things to do, and unfortunately, the Daily Samuel cannot be my number one priority. Also, after that, I got hit by, drumroll please, a big power outage right here in Texas. So, I've decided to make it up to you by giving y'all a special documentary about living in it, or a mini documentary. I doubt it will be more than 4 minutes, probably less. Alright, so, documentary time. Living in cold weather without power sucks. Like, seriously sucks. If you haven't experienced it, then let me just say that you are in freezing cold when you're outside, but when you go inside to warm up, it's just as cold. So yeah, that really it's just not fun. Texas doesn't get cold much, as in our winters are known for being 60 to 70 degrees. So, when it does get cold, naturally we're kind of unprepared. By kind of, I mean very, as in the city shuts down with half an inch of snow sort of thing. So, also, to make matters better or worse, Texas decided that they didn't like federal regulation. No surprise there, run by Republicans. And they decided to make their very own power grid to keep the feds out. It's called the Texas Interconnection. Also, here's a fun fact for y'all. Power grids are better when they are bigger. Wait, maybe it wasn't such a great idea to make my own power grid for one state. Sure, it won't be anything. So yeah, that certainly did not help with the blackout because we couldn't get power from other places. Anyway, Monday morning, 2 p.m. Nope, a.m. ERCOT, aka Electric Reliability Council of Texas, aka my new worst enemy, cuts the power in what they call a rolling blackout. Spoiler alert. Yeah, it's not very rolling, is it? So when I wake up, it's snowing outside, and I'm quite excited because, yeah, we don't get snow here in Texas, except for a month ago, but it's certainly weird for it to snow within a month of itself. And this was 5 inches of snow. That is insane for Texas. It was like the coldest Texas has been for 100 years. So, I go outside, play, I have a boogie board, sled down the hill, and it's all fun and stuff. But then, so, I can't warm up in the house, so we have a car, luckily, so we use that. We just turned it on. Outside, of course, you don't do it inside unless you like carbon monoxide. Don't do carbon monoxide. It's deadly gas that you can barely smell, so. Then we go into our house, and it is just as cold as the freezing outside. And by outside, I meant it had been reaching single-digit temperatures. Alright, maybe it was a little warmer, but honestly not that much. So, I played video games with my brother on our laptops. We originally planned to, save them, because we were told that the power outage could last through Saturday. And as you probably know, I am recording this on Saturday, so it didn't last to Saturday. That's good. But we were bored and decided to waste all of our power playing Crossy Road. Because, yeah. So, that happened. Luckily, we were able to eat, and cook stuff, because our stove is, cheap and doesn't have that safety feature that doesn't let you turn it on when there's no power, so, yeah, we were able to light it with a match. Then I went to bed in a sleeping bag because that's how cold it was. Anyway, I wake up the next morning and, rolling blackouts last 5 to 40 minutes? Ha 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 ha, try 24 hours. 'Cause there's, drumroll please, still no power. Yeah, like I said, supposed to be rolling outages, but these fools at ERCOT, yeah, I don't think they know what it is. And by the way, ERCOT, the board, in their last meeting before the outage, you want to know how long they spent talking about the wintry weather in their 2.5-hour meeting? 40, not minutes, seconds. So yeah, that's just kind of insane. Also, one of them the vice president lives in California but teaches in Germany. And good guess on how he's on the board. Sent a big fat check to Abbott's campaign. So anyway, I was too apathetic to go into the snow again. So I just curled up in bed and read all day. Then, sleeping bag time again at night. Also, we listened to the radio and checked Twitter, and we learned that ERCOT still doesn't know what to do, and they kept giving us vague answers like cold load shedding. Still can't quite figure out what that is. And so, yeah, it had been nearly 48 hours, and we went to bed in our sleeping bags again, but when we woke up, there was power! It was awesome. We still couldn't really use it. We could only use it for heat. We were told to conserve it as much as possible, which is why you didn't get any more Daily Samuels. So, there was only one problem. To get more people power, Austin had to turn off their water treatment plant. So now, we were lucky that our pipes hadn't frozen, but we got under a citywide boil notice. It isn't the first time, though. A few years ago, there was some heavy rainstorms and they couldn't filter at all, and we got put under it for a week. I just tell you, citywide boil notices suck. So yeah, for the next few days we had power, but we still just stayed inside and kept warm. And luckily, before the boil notice, we filled a bathtub full of water. So, yeah, we're pretty set. But, yeah, and then we did that until today. And we're alive now. Anyway, that's all for today. Please subscribe and come back tomorrow.